Salutations! Anyway, I've been dying to do that all day.
Salutation.
I'm combat ready. Anyways, so talking to Mina, she
There's
goes up
none
to
any meaner than Mina.
she goes up to Rataxes as he is talking to her, and mentions that she's heard from the Shadowed Court about Varian, the counselor's death, and that she'd been hearing whispers around the
Very well heard 4-year-old.
chambers of the of where the Shadow Court is, because occasionally they'll take her down there to do some basic training with her, realizing she's one of your group and your group is part of their group.
As I said, well-informed 4-year-old.
She's a
I'm
smart
not against
kid.
that. Have you met any 4-year-olds? They're not very smart.
I've met lots of them and they're usually quite smart.
Oh, no. I don't mean they're not intelligent. 4-year-olds are very intelligent, and it's very hard to trick them with certain types of mind games. You know,
Oh god, yeah.
certain things you're like, no, if I do this, this happens. And they're like, no, that's not the way it works. And you're like, yes, it is. And they're like, And then they explain it to you in a way that you would have been like, wow, if I had learned that in high school, I would have understood this subject.
That is fair.
Really smart because they don't have a filter. They just say it as it is.
Exactly.
And that's what she's doing. She's saying it as it is. She heard information from the Shadow Court, from
That
the
lady
big
with the
shadowy
big
guys.
boobies that bounce when she talks, she was saying that the guy with the teeny peeny, yeah, he really wasn't getting it up. I didn't know what they were talking about, but then she said something about balls. And then I went to play with the puppy, and when I chased the puppy, I found this cat with these tentacle things on its back, and we played for like an hour, and I fed him a squirrel, and it was hard to catch the squirrel, but he helped. And then when we got back, there was pie. And oh my, did I eat so much pie? I ate so much pie. Look at this, my pie belly. It's so big. And hey, would you like a piece of pie?
For some reason, I
There's
was
more
thinking of
pie.
apple bottoms from kindergarten game.
That's a
Rataxes?
that's a 4-year-old's telling you what's up in the environment. And I saw this big bird over on the roof, and it was
Okay,
looking
let's
down
try
on
this
me.
again. The lady with the silver hair told me that the lady, or that the man that died, it wasn't very good for you guys. Or for them. She seemed really upset.
Okay.
I think she said his name was Varian?
Varian?
You would recognize that name as that was the counselor's name.
Yeah, no,
The mission that you guys had gone on, yeah.
The guy we were supposed to say it was supposed to help out, and then it turned out that he turned into a big thing we had to kill. Yeah.
Yep. So, Rataxes, what do you say to her? Because you're the one talking to her.
Well, I would obviously thank the kid for the information. And are you 100% sure this variant person is the person that counselor guy?
The tall lady with the silver hair said. And the really light skin and the super pretty hood? Yeah.
Okay.
She said it was unfortunate.
That was a very big word that you said there, Mina. I'm very proud of you. Remind me to get you some cookies when I'm out next.
Yes. I appreciate that. And the word is unfortunate. Not to be mean.
A minute
Anyway.
for a minute.
Whatever. I'll let the kid have it.
It's a 4-year-old trying to say unfortunate. It's not an easy word for adults to say at the time.
Speaking from experience, Rosie.
I can speak from experience on that for the simple fact that my name, Neil, is not hard. It's one syllable. Neil. My cousin, for the longest time, called me Needle. As in sewing needle.
Oh, that's fucking great. What's up, Needle?
Exactly.
She also say that somebody might be leaving. I need to go find this picture so I can describe him as a 4-year-old. A really super skinny elf with super pale skin and really pretty purple eyes that carries a wand said that he doesn't like the place anymore, and that made the really tall lady with the really pretty hair not happy. I think his name was Erwewith?
Huh.
I'm going to roll an investigate check of
Oh.
2 to figure out if I know who she's talking about. I don't have a clue, so anytime I respond to her, it's okay, yep, and okay, that's great. You had an awesome day. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go over here now.
I will try and figure out who she means.
Anybody who wants to roll that can roll that.
18.
Okay, Lyra, you had seen this guy around a little bit. His name is Aranis. Not sure how to pronounce it, but
Uranus.
he was around for a bit.
Okay.
He's an initiate and scholar of the Shadow Court. And yes, he has a really pretty purple eyes and a really nice staff.
Oh, so he has a type.
She goes, Aranis.
Fuck off.
Okay. Did he?
I also know that Zizi has a type, as does Tasha.
Everyone has a type, at least.
Yes, everyone does. Rose
Yes.
just doesn't
I
know
figured out.
mine.
No, I haven't figured it out yet.
Surprisingly enough, you haven't, but we'll see how that takes.
Whoa-ha-ha-ha-ha.
Welcome back, Zizi. Yes. Aranis.
Arianis? Is it A-R-I-A-N-S? This is?
Aranis.
A-R-A. Aaron? Aranus. Uranus. Aranus or Uranus?
That sounds like Aranis.
I think he would go by Aranus, but in actual elven society, it would be Uranus.
Sense Uranus.
Uranus. Right. That whole, I'm better than you. My name is Uranus, and you are beneath me.
As you can tell by his picture, he is refined, elegant, scholarly.
I can't tell that from his picture. It looks like he's a guy with a purple arrow. I can tell that he likes. I can tell that he likes arrows. It looks like an arrow. He's got arrows on his back. He's got one in his hand. It looks like an arrow to me. I know it's supposed to be a wand. We forgot to remove the arrows. We forgot to remove the arrows.
Once I picture, I was like, no, I'm done. This works. I fought with it for like a half an hour to get this fucking picture. Okay, leave me alone. At that point, I was just done.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's leaving the order, which means he has information on the people in the order.
My question would be, why is he leaving? But then he hasn't told us that yet, so.
Oh, because you heard this from a little one. And then she seems to get distracted by the shinies in her pile and goes to play with her shiny pile.
Hey, let me show you what I got today. Da 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 da. Big shiny purple coin, thing of cotton candy, ball of
Gotcha.
wax. Look at these shinies here. This looks like a diamond, but it's not. This is someone's
Look at this shiny rock with like gold on it,
money
and
Yep.
this watch, and this, like, I think it's a pocket watch, and look at that. Yeah, she goes off rambling about showing
look at my
random people in the group
my
items.
vast collection of valuable coins. It's a handful of copper rivets.
So what do you guys want to do with this information?
We could go shopping for an informant.
I was going to say, definitely get an informant.
Mhm.
And... kind of want to... Nah, an informant probably be a better idea first. We've already got our hands filled with other bullshits.
Well, you have an
Much
entire
bullshits.
group of people that you work for that you could talk to.
Yes, but they don't like us right now because we got people in trouble. Most of them are going to be like, you guys need to lay low for a while and stay out of our hair. We don't want any of your bullshit.
I mean, they're the ones that told you to go kill the princess.
That doesn't mean they wouldn't tell us to lay low. They would especially be telling us to lay low and get the fuck away from us, man. We don't want to go down with you.
That's fair.
Mhm.
The option is there to talk to them now, if you want to try.
We're going to try to
There's
get a
also the
hold
kids.
of. We're going to try to get a hold of numbnuts in a subtle, subterfugious way that is not being controlled by my character, but he would know a little bit of it from his guard duties. Be like, yeah, you get a hold of that person, you get a hold of that person, and that'll get the message to him, and he'll meet us at the place, and then we can do the deal. Yeah, man, I got the stuff. You got the money.
You got the money, honey. I got the time.
Hey,
So which
little
of the
lady in
group
the
is going to
back's
go
got the
out and
time for that.
find the informant of the group, because Neil's going to the
We're gonna rock him down and make him join our team.
what's the rest of you doing?
Oh, yeah, that'll take me most of the week to probably track down that information.
The informant. All right.
All right, Zizi and me are going after the informant. That way we have advantage on those checks.
And Dash said he was going for an informant. Are you going for the same one or a different one?
I'm going to go for a different one.
Sounds good.
All right.
I think I might actually go through the church to see if the church can get me an informant. Because, back in the day, those churches also had their own type of investigation teams.
Well,
Maybe
most
not
churches
Crusaders.
have confession booths, and there's somebody listening when you confess. So that someone knows stuff, and for the right amount of leverage, that someone might share that information with you, even though it's a confidential, only amongst him and God. But for just a nominal fee, you can be a god for a day.
Exactly. Like
Alright,
before,
so-
using the church is definitely an option.
Investigation check, all three of you. Advantage for
Invest.
ZZ and advantage for ZZ and Neil because they're working together.
Yeah. It's all lowercase, right?
Yes. And you're in the wrong channel. You're in the playing channel.
I'm not finishing it in there. I was just typing it out in there.
Oh, nice 20.
So, Rose, I would like to add into this that this is one of two informants V's going to be looking for.
Okay.
The second informant would be her faction agents. Her background.
Okay.
Oh
Am I
no,
right
she's
about
part
that?
of Team Rocket. And they're blasting off again.
Yeah. Definitely cannot forget the faction agents. Like on the surface.
Remind me what that does again?
Let me pull it up right quick. 1 second. So,
Thank you.
background faction agent. As a faction agent, you have access to a secret network of supporters and operatives who can provide assistance on your adventure. You know, a set of secret signs and passwords you can use to identify such operatives. Who can provide you with access to a hidden safe house, free roam and board, or assistance in finding information. These
He
actions
has the
never risk their
SSC in his
lives.
back pocket.
Pretty much.
Hello, I'm Agent Smith, and I'm Agent Smith.
So,
Those
from the
badges
church,
look fake. They're not fake. I assure
I'm
you.
Agent Smith with an I. He's Agent Smith with a Y.
Exactly. Hello, I'm Agent White, and he's Agent Black, but you're... Never mind.
Hey, the Johnny
The
Test
white-
reference.
Men in Black. I love that part in the first Men in Black movie. He's Mr. White, but he's a black dude. And I'm
Yep.
Mr. Black, but I'm a white dude.
I love the humor for that one. Sadly, the
That and-
sequel
Like I
movies
said,
got worse and worse.
And the other one I really love about that movie, Elvis isn't dead. He just went home.
So
Alright,
my
so-
investigation check was not too optimal, but I'm glad that me and Zizi were working together on this particular endeavor because she recovered for me.
she did. Alright, so V, looking around with the church, you find out that Uranus has been to the church a couple of times. He tends to go to ITAC churches more than Rudy's churches. Meaning he goes to the healer god, not lesser god temples, when he needs a little bit of help. But he's more inclined to be the type to hit an arcanum study area than to hit a church, unless he's specifically there for communion.
So
Your
basically,
other agent, go ahead.
I was gonna say. So basically, he hits the church for communion, and he hit lesser known church for what again?
He doesn't go to lesser known churches. He goes to the
He goes to the one church
Actual-
for communion, and he goes to the library regularly.
Okay, so the library regularly. Okay, good to know.
to like arcane areas.
Mystical libraries. Anyway, some
So
place
basically
has
he's
more
high
than
into the
3
arcane
magical books, and
studies.
he's like, yeah.
Very high in the arcane
Yeah.
studies. And you said the other agent? Or was that the combined effort of
Agent
both agents?
has stated that yes, he has been seen in the second and third circle quite regularly in the city. He is a well-known person in the city, though he has been known to also do some shadier deals from time to time. He tends to try and keep away from the prying eyes of the guards, because the guards see a lot, but he tends to use magic to stay the hell away from them because he doesn't like being caught.
And do I know exactly what library he likes to visit the most? Or the one he frequents quite often?
The one in the third circle.
Perfect. That's all I need to
One
know.
of the noble ones.
All I need to know. So, we have church that he communes to, library he quite visit frequently, and he's within the second and third circle rings. Good to know. That's all the
Yeah.
information I needed.
Alright. For Jaron and Leona, you find out that yes, he goes to the noble library on a daily basis. Almost like clockwork, as if he's studying like a wizard or a warlock might. Definitely always has like a spell book with him,